Have you ever watched someone walk into a room and instantly command respect, leaving you wondering what their secret is? Why you constantly second guess your own abilities and let incredible opportunities slip right through your fingers simply because you did not believe you were truly ready? That magnetic presence you admire is not an inherent trait bestowed upon a lucky few at birth, but rather a cultivated skill, a deeply ingrained mental framework, and a series of actionable habits that absolutely anyone can master. Which is exactly why the core focus of my business is to dismantle the pervasive myths surrounding self-assurance and guide you through the transformative journey of building unshakable confidence from the ground up, so you can finally step into your true potential in your career, your relationships, and your everyday life. For too long, society has sold us the devastating lie that confidence is a magical feeling you must passively wait for before taking action, when in reality, confidence is the direct byproduct of action, stemming entirely from the willingness to try, fail, and try again until competence is finally achieved. The journey begins by intensely addressing the internal dialogue that plays on an endless loop in your mind, that harsh inner critic that relentlessly magnifies your flaws while minimizing your victories, which must be consciously rewritten by actively replacing self-deprecating narratives with objective observations and intentional self-compassion. Then you start treating yourself with the exact same level of respect, patience, and encouragement that you would naturally offer to a struggling close friend. The neurological pathways in your brain literally begin to rewire themselves, fostering a permanent baseline of self-worth that remains stable even in the face of harsh external criticism or temporary setbacks. Furthermore, building true, lasting confidence requires a thorough, intimate understanding of the competence-confidence loop, a powerful psychological principle demonstrating that as you acquire new skills and intentionally push slightly beyond your current comfort zone, you generate undeniable proof of your own expanding capabilities. This profoundly means that instead of waiting to feel completely fearless before launching that ambitious project, speaking up in that high-stakes meeting, or starting that entirely new venture, you must take the terrifying first step while the fear is still entirely present in your body, allowing the subsequent survival and growth from that scary experience to forge genuine, undeniable self-belief. It is also absolutely crucial to meticulously curate your physical and social environment, recognizing that the people you surround yourself with act as powerful mirrors, reflecting back an image of who you are and what you are truly capable of achieving. Meaning you must actively, ruthlessly distance yourself from energy vampires and chronic pessimists who project their own deep insecurities onto your grand ambitions, and instead proactively seek out a vibrant community of growth-minded individuals who challenge you to elevate your standards and genuinely celebrate your ongoing progress. On a physical, biological level, confidence is inextricably linked to your physiology, meaning that your daily posture, your breathing patterns, and your vocal tonality directly influence your endocrine system, rapidly adjusting your cortisol and testosterone levels to immediately alter your internal state of mind. By simply pulling your shoulders back, maintaining strong but natural eye contact, and deliberately speaking from your diaphragm rather than your throat, you immediately signal to your own primitive nervous system that you are entirely safe and completely in control, which paradoxically generates the very feelings of deep confidence you are actively trying to project to the outside world. Overcoming the pervasive, suffocating grip of perfectionism is another critically foundational pillar of this transformation, as the desperate, exhausting need to be flawless at all times is actually a clever defense mechanism designed by your ego to protect you from potential judgment, which ultimately paralyzes your potential and keeps you playing incredibly small. We must rapidly reframe failure, not as a devastating reflection of your innate worth or an ominous indication of your ultimate destiny, but simply as highly valuable vital data and entirely necessary feedback that highlights exactly what specific details need adjustment for your very next attempt. Every single highly confident and wildly successful individual you currently look up to possesses a massive graveyard of spectacularly failed attempts, repeatedly rejected proposals, and deeply embarrassing missteps that they intelligently utilized as necessary stepping stones rather than permanent stop signs. One of the most paralyzing barriers you will inevitably encounter on this specific journey is the debilitating psychological phenomenon widely known as imposter syndrome. That nagging, persistent, overwhelming feeling that you are secretly a total fraud who has only gotten this far by sheer dumb luck, and that it is only a matter of time before everyone around you suddenly discovers your perceived massive incompetence. To thoroughly dismantle this destructive imposter syndrome, you must systematically learn to meticulously document your daily wins, creating a highly tangible physical portfolio of your notable achievements, genuine compliments received from peers, and difficult obstacles successfully overcome, which constantly serves as indisputable, highly objective evidence of your real capabilities that you can intentionally review whenever the irrational, loud voice of self-doubt temporarily threatens to entirely derail your hard-earned progress. Additionally, we must aggressively tackle the highly toxic modern habit of constant social comparison, especially in today's hyper-connected, fast-paced digital age, where we are mercilessly bombarded every single second of the day by carefully curated, highly filtered, totally unrealistic highlight reels of other people's seemingly perfect lives, which unfairly and constantly tricks our primitive brains into comparing our own messy, realistic, deeply complicated behind-the-scenes reality with everyone else's polished, highly edited opening night premiere. True deep-rooted confidence absolutely demands that you confidently put your mental blinders on, ruthlessly cutting out the chaotic noise of what everyone else in the world is doing, and entirely shifting your unwavering focus directly toward your own uniquely personal metric of ultimate success, intentionally measuring your daily progress solely against the exact person you were yesterday, rather than the entirely random stranger you happen to see on the internet today. This deeply involved process requires purposefully breaking down massive, extremely overwhelming life goals into incredibly tiny, easily manageable, totally frictionless micro habits that you can flawlessly execute with extreme consistency. Because true confidence is essentially just the ultimate reputation you slowly build with yourself, and every single time you actually follow through on a tiny small promise you repeatedly make to yourself, whether it is waking up exactly 10 minutes earlier, reading just one single educational chapter of a new book, or finally making that one incredibly difficult phone call you have been dreading. You are directly depositing a highly valuable gold coin into your own internal, deeply personal bank account of unshakable self-trust. Over a sustained period of time, these small, seemingly totally insignificant daily deposits massively compound into gigantic, totally indestructible reserves of unshakable self-assurance, definitively proving to your own stubborn subconscious mind that you are indeed a highly reliable person of extreme high integrity who always does exactly what they say they are going to do without making any cheap excuses. As you progressively integrate all of these powerful, transformative practices into your daily life, you will rapidly begin to notice a truly profound, highly noticeable shift in exactly how you confidently navigate the entire world. No longer desperately seeking shallow external validation from total strangers to weakly validate your own existence, but rather fiercely relying on a highly calibrated internal compass, strictly guided by your own deeply held core values, your constantly proven extreme resilience, and your totally unwavering, fierce commitment to your own ongoing, spectacular personal evolution. You will finally profoundly realize that genuine confidence is absolutely not the total absence of fear or doubt, but the deeply held, unshakable core conviction that you always possess the extreme resourcefulness, the boundless creativity, and the fierce tenacity to completely figure absolutely anything out, regardless of whatever massive, unexpected obstacles inevitably arise in your path. This exact realization is precisely the deeply profound, totally life-altering transformation I directly help my dedicated clients predictably achieve every single day inside my highly specialized business, expertly equipping them with all the necessary practical real-world tools, the deepest cutting-edge psychological insights, and the steadfast, totally unwavering personal accountability that is absolutely required to permanently shed the extremely heavy, suffocating burden of chronic, lifelong self-doubt, and finally step incredibly confidently right into the very center of the grand arena of their own beautiful lives. If you are finally completely, totally, and utterly exhausted from quietly watching from the dark sidelines, while other, less talented people loudly live out the exact massive dreams you definitively know deep down in your soul you are absolutely capable of easily achieving yourself. And if you are finally truly ready to completely and totally overhaul your limiting mindset, dramatically and permanently elevate your core self-esteem to unbelievable new heights, and permanently unlock the highly magnetic, completely unstoppable, deeply powerful version of yourself that has been waiting so incredibly patiently just beneath the surface for all these years, then I strongly and urgently implore you to take immediate, massive action right this very second by quickly clicking the specific link provided right down in the description below to immediately book a completely free, highly valuable, totally no obligation breakthrough strategy call with me today, so we can quickly and expertly map out your exact, highly personalized, step-by-step master blueprint for permanently building unshakable world-class confidence and totally transforming your entire future trajectory, ensuring that you never again let another incredible opportunity pass you by simply because you forgot how truly powerful you are. So click that link right now and let us begin this amazing journey together.